Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I know it's not a YouTube night, but hey, I thought I would give it a wee lash anyway. A couple of nice little things going on today, you know. It's Saturday, yes. Monday's a big old day for me. It's my sister's birthday. The Dark of the Moon toys are being released, and also is the Kate Bush album director's cut, which I am plugging here right now because it's going to be the musical event of the year for me, without a doubt. Kate Bush, director's cut. Next thing I must say, I must increase my bust. I will increase it still. Ladies and gentlemen, you've got, trust me, you've got to subscribe. I don't often do this to Exilion XLR. His name is Brad. I'll try and get something to appear on the screen. If not, there'll be a little cut screen or something like that. So it's Exilion XLR, Exillion, capital XLR. He's fucking awesome. The guy's so funny, and he takes his time with his vids. He's naturally witty and comes across really well on camera. He should have more subscribers than Jesus. He's really good. Trust me. Have a look. What's the other thing I wanted to say? I just had a look at Cybertron. Lots more Bumblebees coming our way. Apparently someone's reviewed Dark of the Moon. I haven't read the whole review because it's rather huge, but I think it's going to be good as opposed to good. Hoping it is. Jesus, my fingers are crossed, I tell you that. There's the tool you need there. So someone's been asking me about when you say, what is it I say? What's the thing I say? Done some work on it. I can't remember, something like that. Anyway, so who am I doing today? I'm doing Airraptor. His name is Airraptor. He is from the. I'm sure there was something else. I'll probably remember. Yes, a wee bit more about Doctor Who. This is great, this series. It's fucking awesome. Every episode of this series has been fantastic. Oh, love it. Tonight, Doctor's wife has been absolutely fantastic. Really good. Neil Gaiman, more of him, please. Thank you very much. So, I shall digress. No, I won't. Airraptor. Why did I choose to do? I've always kind of, it's always been the one that I wanted to do. It's always been in the background. So I thought, well, tonight's the night. And there's little funky things to do with it that are really cool. Surveillance sharpshooter group Dinobots from the Beast Machines era. He made it over from Beast Wars Neo, and he was Arcadis. That was his initial. Quite often when these things come from the Japanese Beast Wars series, while I want them, I don't really like them. I love them, but I don't really like them. A lot of them are really, they've got this is the head, and this arm has the tail sticking up there, and it's just like, what the fuck, man, And you turn the bottom half around, and he's got shit all over, and it just looks bad. It looks like someone has tried to put too much of the wrong topping on an ice cream. It's like someone stuck a fan and a fish finger and a box of tea bags in there. It's just wrong. It's not good. Dynamite. When the enemy is in my sights, he's still perfection. What? When the enemy is in my sights, he's still perfection. I don't know what that means. Excuse me. I may be being very silly, but is that good English? When the enemy is in my sights, comma, he's still perfection. That must be misquoted. It must be. Surely. That doesn't make sense to me. A pinpointing perfectionist. Airraptor is the most meticulous member of the Dinobot team. His attention to detail and eagle-eye precision is the result of the former work as an interplanetary surveyor and navigator aboard the Axelon. Wow, that looks good in the CV. Incredibly fast, capable of soaring up to 250 miles per hour, characteristically dive bombs or strafes a vehicle on detachment, usually flying past the targets before its ammunition makes impact. Though extremely dexterous, Airraptor's fragile wings are vulnerable to enemy firepower, packs a quick deploying energy destabilizer pistol. So, he's obviously an Archaeopteryx. I like wheeled. I like flying beasts in a way. I know that some of you do. George is a big fan of the flying beasts. dragons, bats, birds. You know, a dinosaur bird. Archaeopteryx was kind of the first bird. You know, very nice. Look at the colors on this figure here. You know, you don't see that kind of color scheme an awful lot. He's obviously a maximal, not obviously a maximal. Is he a maximal? I think he's a maximal, and let's call him a maximal. He's a maximal. As the Dinobots were. It's funny that Beast Wars Megatron was repainted into the Maximal T Rex. Interesting choice there. Big old red thing. I think he looks much better as a big old red thing. This is an Archaeopteryx, the Maximal Archaeopteryx from Beast Machines Dinobots, another little subsection there. Very nice thing. Gimmicks, yes he does. Wings are flapping, which I like. The wings have got to do a good bit of flapping. They will actually move all the way up and all the way down. The tail has a bit of movement. The tail is pretty good little rotationally stuff. The legs are good. They'll move here. The feet will move. This part of the leg will move. Head will move a good bit, you know. His little jaw will even open. Yes, it's odd to think that the first bird had teeth, but there you go. Now he's got a little gimmick here. You see, he's got this odd little detail at either side of the wing. And when you press the little button here, it's going to deploy as a little missile. Isn't it? Oh, where am I? I'm at the wrong side. No, I'm on the right side. There we go. So that falls off. And the wing section comes out into that, which is, cool. So you can have him. It's probably called an attack mode or something like that. Oh my god, it's an attack mode. So he's got this kind of shit going on. That's fine. We'll keep those off for the moment because I want to show you. This is the thing. I say, this is when I say well, that's the phrase I use. I do it all the time. We do it all the time. The bots. I touch them up. No, well, I do actually touch them up, although not in the biblical sense. This is my special tool. It's got its permanent marker, big thick one this end, little skinny one this end. So what I like to do, let me show you how I would touch up this bot. There, I've selected a prime little place. You see there's a little detail on his wing on that circle, which you can just about see, and it's it's a bit meh at the minute. Now what I'll do is I'll take the thick section of this, and I'll just take my marker quickly over the top of it, and I'll show you, I've just done one side. It already makes it look a little bit more interesting, doesn't it? It really does. So I'm a real big advocate of any bot fan out there who likes their bots, just have one of these kind of permanent markers, which is a thick end and a thin end, lying around, and you can do this, and already it just looks a little more interesting. I've done both on both wings. I'll pick through them a bit later, and I've already can see other things here that need picking out, and I will pick them out. This is a nice transformation. This is a nice odd little transformation. We just make his legs happen in the normal way. You fold the other things down. You've got these odd little dancery legs. Bless him. Why not? Where's his head? His head's going to come around. So this is his waist. So we form these little legs like that. Odd little bandy legs. Now that I've noticed them, he does have his little bandy legs. Yes, and he's not going to get very far in life. I imagine he'll be picked upon. Ah, well, sure, as long as you got your health. Oh, Eurovision's on tonight. This is going to be his arm. It's always going to be the case where one of the beast heads is going to form the arm. Not always, but you get it. This kind of a standard thing. Look at this transformation. Observings, lift up this little midsection here, pull it like that. Now, this is what I like. This is a very cool thing. You see these wings either side? Let me show you. There's the chest, right? I'll show you that again. You do this, you fold the wings either side of him like that, which you don't see an awful lot of. Now, this entire section here, which is the tail, we rotate. Is it clock or anti-clock? When we rotate it. Oh shit! Come on, machine. Hold on a second. Oh Christ! Just look at this. Bad boy, come on. Stop your nonsense. It must be that way. What happens if we just do that? Christ. Alright, let me have a little look at this. May have done something a little earlier when I was arsing about with it. So I always like to practice my transformers. I always like to just have a little go and make sure I'm about to do it right, because quite often you aren't. I mean, I was about to go for Rail Racer earlier. Yeah, but he has a piece of work, and there's a whole bunch of stuff to do with that guy. Ah, right, is that what I had to do? Yes, of course. Sorry, my bad. I'm gonna put this little section back in. Rail Racer, and there's an awful lot to it, and it has been a while since I transformed them, and I was taking them apart, and I was realizing I'm not going to put them back to be able to put them back together. So this is the tail section. What you do, you just pull this out about half an inch. You see, it's very. I mean, this is locked. Now this is unlocked. You'd hardly notice it. Now you see, you can just about see that there's this weapon um, in the just at the top of this tail section. So when I rotate this clockwise or anti-clockwise, whatever way you're looking at it, the weapon comes all the way down and goes into his hand like that. Let me just show you that again because I really like that. Ah, nice little bit of automorph. They didn't call it automorph; it was just like the little, the nice little gimmicky thing. So cool. The weapon will go in his hand. Now they didn't need to paint the underside of this, but they did. And look at the freaking colors of this. It's absolutely amazing. Lots of very, very funky, cool colors. So this is like a shield. His little head's in here now. You just pull his little head out like that. The head reveal isn't remarkable or anything. He does for all the world look. He's a bit reminiscent of Airraptor in his face. I'd like to see him repainted as Airraptor. Turn him into a lady. Why not? Let's see what else we can do with this guy like that. So these wings, what were the Archaeopteryx wings, become this kind of. I mean, I don't even know how to say it. It makes them look, like a real, some kind of medieval or what I keep thinking is about this kind of, this 1920s bad guy with a big cloak on him like that. I'll get you, Penelope Pitstop. That kind of thing. But it makes him look really subversive and enigmatic and quite cool. So he's got this gun arm like that. You can take the gun out. You can take the gun on the gun out if you want. But hey, why would you? You can extend that like that. It looks pretty good, oddly. It just means that you diminish one arm, you take away from the real arm that he's got, and it does. I mean, presumably, if the actual bot existed, and of course it does, if the actual bot existed, it could do the very same thing. It could have this as an additional reaching arm because you see all the yeah, this definitely is maximum, isn't it? Oh, that's just a mess of something that it's not actually a spark crystal. It's just a little messy thing. No, maybe it is some kind of odd thing. Do the Dinobots from Beast Machines have their own symbol? I don't think so. Not that I know. I mean, I quite possibly wouldn't know. I would be surprised if I didn't know that. A little bit shocked, and I'd have to go and do a bit of research. But there you are. It's an odd thing because it's definitely not a maximal spark crystal. It's a little swirling mass of stuff. Might not be anything at all. But I mean, presumably the actual bot, if it existed, if it was a real transforming robot, could utilize this wing in that mode. But I do like the display like that because it makes him look really kind of cool and I'm coming at you. Really nice bot. And again, you've got this really funky color here on the underside of this. Ooh, where is it? On the underside of that. Presumably you can hold it like that as well. Look at this color. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's really cool. So he has this is the repaint. The original was called Arcadis. The Arcadis colors were fine, but they weren't nearly as kind of striking as this guy. This guy's colors are I really find quite striking. He's one of the Dinobots, like I say. There's a few others. Some of the Dinobots are that kind of shitty thing I was talking about, where the tail is up here and it's just a mess of stuff. It looks like some disaster of a person got a bunch of stuff and stuck it into a bag and said, okay, well, just make a transformer of it. It doesn't really work as a robot. Quite often the dinos, the Dinobot, rather the dinosaur modes look really cool, but the bots look like a freaking mess a lot of the times. This guy's doesn't. It works really well. I'm telling you again, check out Exilion XLR, Brad. Just subscribe to him because you'll see what I mean. He takes care. He's interesting. He's funny, and very, very quirky. Loving this guy. There's his little missiles there. Can we do anything with him in this mode? Maybe I can. No, not bother. Ladies and gentlemen, Monday is Dark of the Moon Toy Day and the release of Kate Bush's director's cut. Two very exciting things. I will probably not see you tomorrow. We'll see. I'm all singing tomorrow. I'm doing singing stuff tomorrow. Little performance, ladies and gentlemen. Ray with Arcadis. No, it is Airraptor from Beast Machines. Kind regards. Good night.